It's a great day to be in real estate. Like every other day, this is Duanebeisner, sales manager and sales representative for ERA Real Estate. For my quote of the day, once again from the late John Wooden, adversity is a state in which man most easily becomes acquainted with himself, especially being free of admirers. Now for the quote of the day, Jim and Mary were both patients in a mental hospital. One day, they were walking past the hospital swimming pool. Jim suddenly jumped into the deep end. He sank to the bottom and stayed there. Mary promptly jumped in to save him. She swam to the bottom and pulled Jim out. When the medical director became aware of Mary's heroic act, he immediately ordered her to be discharged from the hospital, as he now considered her to be mentally stable. When he went to tell Mary the news, he said, "Mary, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is you're being discharged because since you were able to jump in and save the life of another patient, I think you've regained your senses. The bad news is Jim, the patient you saved, hung himself with his bathrobe belt in the bathroom. I'm so sorry, but he's dead." Mary replied, "He didn't hang himself. I put him there to dry." So, for Duane's business tip of the day, keep score. It's amazing how few small businesses have any idea of the daily, weekly, and monthly numbers and financial trends in the organization. Spend the necessary time keeping current on cash flow, and if you lack the financial skills, then hire an accountant. And then for Duane's social commentary. Well, it's the day after voting day for the primary, and nobody I voted for won. So it looks like we're going to have the same mess in California, just with different names to blame. I think I need to move to a more conservative state, if there is such a thing out there, but I don't know. And if you're a Boston Celtics fan, then haha. If you're watching this, your team stinks, and I believe that Game 2 and Rod Allen's new record were both flukes. So you can email me about that if you disagree. On the humorous side, a gentleman named Alvin Green has been on the phone all day, and that's to be expected for the guy who just won South Carolina's Democratic Senate primary and is facing incumbent Republican Jim DeMint in November. But everyone calling Green has just been trying to find out who the heck he is. And one thing reporters learned Tuesday is that a criminal complaint was sworn out against him last year for allegedly showing obscene photos to a South Carolina college student and suggesting they go to her dorm room. Sounds like this guy has the makings to be a great politician. Green, who's a 32-year-old unemployed military veteran who lives with his parents, defeated Vic Raw on Tuesday for the Democratic Senate nomination despite having run essentially no public campaign. No events, no signs, no debates, no website, no fundraising. Do you think Americans are sick and tired of the status quo to elect a guy like this into office? The result has baffled political observers who had heavily favored Raw, a former state legislator, attorney, and a prosecutor who had the edge inasmuch as he actually campaigned and tried to win. Now for some technology news. Magna Global expects worldwide online ad revenues to collectively grow by an average rate of 11% between 2010 and 2015. This means by 2015, online ad revenues will reach $103 billion. Paid search has become the most important component of online advertising, and in 2010, this segment will account for $29.8 billion, about 49% of total revenues, and up 16.5% from 2009 totals on a constant currency basis. U.S. web users received 1.08 trillion online display ads in just the first quarter of 2010. You can believe that. That is just crazy. With the ad spending reaching about $2.7 billion, that means the average cost per 1,000 impressions was about $2.48, which really isn't so bad depending on what your return on investment is, right? Now, for some real estate news, mortgage fraud rises. Who's at risk? A report analyzing national mortgage fraud risk in the first quarter of 2010 says it has increased by 4% compared to the fourth quarter of 2009 and is up 11% from the first quarter a year ago. Other findings from risk analytics company Interthinks included Arizona surpassed California as the state with the highest fraud risk. Hey, at least we're not last in everything. Nevada, California, Florida, and Michigan rounded out the top 5. Property valuation fraud risk was the primary driver of the index. Identity fraud risk and employment/income fraud risk both increased 10% from the fourth quarter of 2009. Occupancy fraud risk is down by 11% compared to the fourth quarter of 2009, but analysts believe it may trend upward if shadow foreclosure inventory is released for sale. Yeah, that goes without saying. Lenders warned foreclosure may end in lawsuit for the last real estate story of the day. The housing crisis will spark a wave of lawsuits filed by lenders seeking to recoup losses on home sales and foreclosure auctions that do not return enough money to pay the mortgages in full, according to real estate and legal experts. Experts predict that mortgage companies will begin to sue homeowners in the next 2 years, including borrowers who ransack a house that has been lost to foreclosure and those who walk away from underwater mortgages, with the hopes of discouraging others from such behavior. Lenders are unlikely to target borrowers who negotiate in good faith or have defaulted on their home due to job loss or other unforeseen circumstances like medical issues. Other borrowers could be bombarded by collective agencies that have purchased their mortgage data from their lender. Okay, so that's the end of the story. Sorry for the little mishap there, but I need to say this. I haven't said this in a long time. Once again, this market right now is the best buyer's market that you and I will ever see in this lifetime. If you know anyone who is thinking of buying, they need to do it now before the rates go up. If you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell a home anywhere in the world, let us know. Here at ERA, we're global and we can help you. And if you're looking to make a move into real estate as a career, probably because you're unemployed, hey, that's okay. Shoot me an email, give me a call. We're equal opportunity employers here. This is Duanebeisner signing off. Happy trails to you. As always, I am proud to be an American. Thanks for watching.